was working. I had went through a divorce, so I lost my home, and I was just moving a lot, trying to take care of my son and myself.
I was studying to be a respiratory therapist, and I got my associate's degree. When I was going to college, I had open heart surgery. So I had to choose, either buy the medicine that I needed to live or else pay my rent. And I chose to buy the medicine that I need to live, and I ended up at the homeless shelter.
I've been mostly homeless for the last 10 years.
I was into drugs and decided that I didn't want to be on drugs anymore and moved away from Los Angeles where I knew everybody and came out here. I've been at the shelter since September of 2013.
I am disabled. I get a SSDI check, and currently I'm homeless.
I've been homeless now for 6 years, actually.
I was with a guy who broke up with me, and I went to my brother's house, and his girlfriend didn't like me, so they kicked me out.
I take medicine and stuff for depression and anxiety, and I get panic attacks.
I came up here to go to a treatment program at First Step. Okay. Well, I did have a room that I was renting up until about 3 weeks ago, and I became homeless about 3 weeks ago.
Unfortunately, I have been out there since November 3rd. He is 3.5.
Oh, 3.5, okay.
He's just a big guy.
Being homeless is very hard on your body and your mind.
Being in a constant state of crisis, not knowing how long I was going to stay at a friend's house, not knowing when they would want me to leave.
And it was so hard. I was not believing it was happening to me. And again, I've never been homeless my life then. I've never been homeless. I didn't even know where to start.
A lot of anxiety goes through you, when when you know you're going to be homeless. You don't have a choice. You have to put your stuff in storage. And
it's depressing to be homeless, being down there.
Just not having a sense of belonging.
And you constantly deal with a lot of mental trauma. I don't want to have my problems to bother other people's lives.
I just wouldn't want anybody else to go through what I've been going through.
I've done photography, groundskeeping, light forms of maintenance. I've done factory work. Just recently started a new job working for a limo service.
I'm working now, but I would like to go back to school if I, was to get housing.
But now I have a job, I'm doing well in that, and I'm just looking for a place at this point.
It's not easy to be homeless and try and find a place. There's too much stigma on the homeless because of bad choices made by others. So a lot of places just don't want to rent to someone that's just getting out of the shelter.
We need to make more housing available because most of it's for the well-established person or for the students.
To try and make it easier for people to get housing rather than having all the restrictions that they have, such for felons, because I know it's only been a few years since I got my felony, but I've changed my life completely around from when I got my felony.
I'm on the waiting list. I applied about, 6 months ago, and they told me it'd take 18 months to 2 years.
I'm back on board waiting for housing, but there's so many people online. I feel like they're never gonna get to me, that I'm just a number that's buried away in the paperwork.
I'm very grateful for the churches that do house the families.
You know, a lot of the clothes and baby stuff that we have, a lot of the help in the community that we've received has been through them, and we do appreciate that.
So I would like to tell the people of faith to, you know, to help maybe donate time and know that we are real people with real feelings.
There's not many people that like to help others anymore. So having people out there that actually genuinely care, it means a lot.
And we need more of you, you know? I mean, it's a wonderful thing to help other people.
I would tell them, though, that we appreciate any help they give us, and that it's never forgotten, never forgotten.
There are so many of us that are just now experiencing life and wanting to live the rest of their life to the best of their ability. My hopes are to have my own apartment, my own living space, the ability to cook my own meals, a place to have friends come visit.
I'm only hoping that one day things would change for the better, and that way I could get into housing, into public housing, and hoping the wait list won't be that long.
As far as the future goes, I'm hoping to become more financially stable. I'm hoping to see the Grand Canyon at some point. I've never seen the ocean.
Be able to finish college and work a job, to never be homeless again, and to live like normal people do.
Well, I'm hoping just to be able to get a place and be on my own feet rather than depending on a shelter or anyone else.
I don't know. I'm just hoping maybe with going through housing and Catholic Charities and Burton Ash, CSS, one of them will be a great safety net for most of us that are out here that are struggling financially.
My hopes are that I can deal with taking things one day at a time, taking them slowly, baby steps, and that one day I will have stable housing and I won't have to worry about being homeless again.
My hope for the future is I don't want anything very big. I just want enough space where I have a little one-bedroom and I can call it my own, and I can cook something on my own stove and have a meal for myself that I want.
And to give back to the city and those in need, whether it be volunteering or whatever I can do so that I can give others hope to live each day and to look forward to the future.